Welcome to Animates, a retro anime review comedy podcast. Join our resident anime nerd Mackenzie and anime noob Lindsey as they delve into their VHS vault and review the best and worst of what the 80s and 90s had to offer. These episodes contain spoilers and adult language, so stick around if you're cool like that.
Before we start, I want to bring up something that's been on my mind. When you have a podcast, you have access to all the analytics tied to it. How many followers or listeners and where they are and their ages and all that kind of stuff. And we can also see when they stop listening during an episode. And I've noticed a trend in our analytics where anytime we talk positively about any characters or plots related to LGBTQIA, 2S+, we have a sharp drop off in listeners on an episode, and sometimes we lose a handful of followers. As a podcast that is looking to grow, you'd think that the best advice would be to stop talking about those specific topics to increase listeners and followers. So, with that being said, if those kind of things give you the ick, turn off this episode, unfollow the podcast, and move along, because we love our LGBTQIA 2S+ fans, family, and friends, and that shit is never gonna change. We are Animates. Happy Pride Month, motherfuckers.
Yeah!
And I say that with love. Roll the damn intro song. Lindsey,
Mackenzie.
it's Pride Month,
Hell yeah.
and I figured it was about time we watched something with a little bit romance again.
Oh, okay.
But not just a sad, sappy romance,
No, we're past that.
a romantic comedy.
No.
Now, Lindsay, I watched a lot of anime this week.
Yeah. Are you
Trying
watching
to find-
Shonen Ai? Are you watching Shonen Ai?
I was watching everything. See, I was trying to find something that didn't feel like a mockery of the community
Fair.
that it was trying to tell stories about, which, when we're talking 80s and 90s, is not super easy.
Yeah, it's tough. Even like in North American pop culture during this time, it was like AIDS, and then it was like, okay, how do we live with AIDS?
It's also really heavy on stereotypes.
Oh yeah.
And it also doesn't help that 80% of the boy love and girl love genres are hentai.
Yeah.
I was like, on Mal, I was like, oh, there's a combined amount of like 300. And it was like, 30 of them are not hentai. And you're like, whoa, okay. And that's just not our vibe.
So we're watching hentai this week, guys.
No. After some deep diving, I found a few that were pretty good contenders.
Okay.
And so I settled on a show called Seikimatsu Darling.
Cute.
It is about two men who are deeply in love with each other
Okay.
and have expressed these feelings, but aren't sure how to move forward with the relationship since their feelings are a little too alike, which one feels might cause problems.
Okay.
The two of them agree to go on a vacation together, with each of them determined to win the seducing game over the other. Now, what does that mean? Well, you'll have to watch and find out, but if it somehow ends up going over your head, I will be very surprised.
I mean, we've talked about this. In order for you to flirt with me, you have to be very heavy-handed. So,
It's not like that at all, because this is a known, like, they have already told each other they love each other.
mhm.
But they're not in a relationship yet. They're trying to figure that out.
Oh, I thought they were in a relation. Okay, that's fine.
No. In fact, the main character, Ogata, this is his first relationship with a man.
Oh.
But this anime does not treat it as some token relationship or have it be some crazy reveal. These are just two men in love that have admitted it to each other casually, and for only being 30 minutes long, they managed to pack in a good amount of laughs and some like legitimate feels.
Okay.
And this thing has some wild moments that you're not going to see coming that make no sense but somehow fit perfectly in, including a couple like moments that are very Dragon Half, like with like the Shibi character transformation for a little side whatever. But it's not a fantasy, it's not a sci-fi, it's just two businessmen in love going on a vacation to try and win the, I can put this in quotes again, the seducing game over one another, where they are too similar and one is going to have to budge.
I'm so interested to watch this.
I'm still surprised a light bulb has not just completely sparked on above your head with what
Again.
I'm getting at here.
There's a like boning.
Well, I mean, obviously that's what they're gonna do, but you'll see. If it hasn't clicked
Oh,
already,
no.
I'm gonna wait for you to watch it, because it took me a second too, where I was like, what's wrong if they both love each other the same way and they express it the same way? Why doesn't that make it work?
Do they both have wives?
No, they're single.
Okay.
They are two single dudes in love going on vacation to again, we mentioned this last episode, a hot spring. Um,
Of
and
course they're going to a hot spring.
Otaga brings along his friend and his partner to kind of help guide him through his feelings because it's his first time kind of getting into a relationship in a long time. And
See, this sounds familiar, but it was like an Erica Lust film. So like,
I was so surprised at how much fun I had watching this.
oh, I'm so stoked.
It's just two bros chilling in a hot tub, but they are not 5 feet apart because they are definitely gay.
Oh man, I'm so ready. I'm so ready to watch this super gay thing. I love it.
This show is short and cute, so we're gonna go watch the 30-minute OVA Seikimatsu Darling, and we'll be right back in 10 seconds.
Bow, rainbow power.
And we are back from watching Seikimatsu Darling. And Lindsay, I have been dying to know all week if you figured out what the problem was with them having too similar of feelings. Did you figure it out?
That they both love each other?
You've got to be kidding me. Really?
Wait, am I wrong? Wait, what? What's going on? Are they siblings?
Oh my God, I can't believe you didn't pick up on this.
Oh no! This is super embarrassing. What did I miss?
I'm not going to tell you right now.
Oh, I hate this so
I
much
have a
because now I just feel so
specific
stupid.
moment during your breakdown of what you watched where I am going to bring it up again and ask that question and see if at that point it clicks in your brain.
Is it because they look the same as the two best friends?
You don't know. I'm not going to let you keep answering. You're going to have to find out. I can't believe it. I thought it was going to be like an instant ding in your head why he doesn't think they can be together, but that's okay. We'll get there. We'll get
Oh
there.
no! Now I'm so worried.
All that aside, did you enjoy this?
I mean, I did. I thought this was an adorable little romp.
Isn't it just like so freaking cute?
Well, it is because they're just like, you know, I'm gonna love you. No, I'm gonna love you. No, you're gonna fall for me first. No, you're gonna fall for me. It was just like, it made me think of there was this TikTok where it was like me and my friend were playing a game of gay chicken, and I'm not gonna lose. We're already married. We're talking about adopting kids. One of us is gonna break soon. Like it just made me think of that.
It's honestly got some top tier humor in it.
Hmm.
The visual humor is so good, and it's never like done in a way to disparage the fact that they are gay men in love with each other.
Hmm. Yeah. Like the thing is, when I was doing some research for what I'm bringing to you next week, I found the thing that I struggled with is a lot of it was done from the perspective of like either fetishizing the relationship or it just wasn't respectful. Whereas this is just like two guys who think each other are nifty and you know want to seduce each other, and I'm so nervous. I don't know what I missed.
So that you don't have to wait too long, we'll do our review and stuff of characters and everything as we go along during your breakdown of the episode.
Okay.
I want to start with one quick question for you.
Oh no. Okay.
Did the hot and steamy intro of episode 1 instantly suck you into it?
I literally was like, I wrote the words, oh no, Mac. And then, oh, thank goodness, this is just a weird sex dream.
Oh, come on. You can't tell me you weren't like, ooh.
He was no, because I listen to a lot of true crime and I was like, he wants to eat him.
Oh,
So I was too busy thinking about that like weirdo in Germany who like consensually ate a man and wasn't found guilty, and then everybody was super pissed, and then the courts were like, okay, never mind, lol JK, you're guilty.
okay. Well, this is nowhere near like that.
No, not at
This
all.
is just them in bed and the one guy being very, very suave with his moves.
He's
But
like,
he does, you are correct. He does
he's like,
wake
I'm
up.
gonna eat you, and then he's like, "Ugh." Yeah, he looks super uncomfortable in that sexy pink room.
Well, remember, it's his first time with a guy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess. Everybody's first is a little awkward. Oh, man. But yeah, he wakes up from this and goes to his boring corporate job and then, again, disassociates at the photocopier.
Just like thousands of copies in the room.
Yeah. They're like, do you need a you done now? Can I use the
He's
photocopier?
he's just thinking about that butt.
Yeah. Well, this other guy's like, okay, but some of us need to actually photocopy our butts to send to the boss. So can you move on? Come on. That's if there's no other reason to use the corporate photocopier.
I can't say I've ever photocopied my ass on a corporate photocopier.
I don't think I have either, but I don't really work corporate jobs.
No.
What I have done at corporate jobs is I have printed off like patterns for things I want to make.
Oh yeah, I've printed off hundreds of full color D&D maps.
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't want to use my ink for that.
Hell no.
And so he's, daydreaming and having all these sexy dreams and stuff like that. So he says that he goes to his only gay friend for advice. Like, what to do? And apparently Ogata has asked this guy out many times. I don't know. There's a lot of weird montages of all the weird date fantasies he's had and stuff. And so it's like, well, you just gotta ask him out.
No, these aren't fantasies.
They aren't?
These are things they've done together.
Oh, I thought they were fantasies.
This entire montage is just them living their best lives as buddies.
Oh.
Going to the arcade, going swimming, going for dinner, both clearly aware of each other's feelings.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because the next scene we see them in the car together, and Ogata tells him that he loves him and wants him to say it back to him, and he does. And it's just like this cute little scene of them being like, I think you're nifty. I think you're nifty. But then it's like...
He's so happy that the love is being returned.
I know. So yeah, this cute little scene of like them confessing their feelings for each other. And he says he figured he had the same feelings, so he's been waiting to see who would make the first move. And now that Ogata has, Takatsuki is going to go all out to seduce him, which I was like, I love this.
Well, this is where he says that he loves him, but he doesn't think they can be together because they're too similar in their feelings for each other.
They both love each other so much.
Yeah. So moving on.
I don't know what I missed.
I'll keep going.
Oh man. Well, there's the competitive spirit to seduce him better. I just love that it's two dudes being very competitive about seducing each other. Oh man. Someone competitively seduce me, please. Except now I'm nervous that oh man. Okay. Anyways. And it's funny because this competitiveness starts out because Takatsuki is like, well, we could maybe go to this like hot spring. I think that might be fun to just like have a boys trip to this hot spring. And he's like so nervous about doing this because he's, like has to be competitive. And Takatsuki is already like upping the stakes of seduction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. And that, why are you saying it like that?
Just keep going.
And I just want to say there's like a chibi version of Takatsuki, and it like transitioned into just his normal self. And that transition was beautiful and flawless.
Love the chibi transitions in this.
They're so good.
They're not overdone in like a bad way. They're just like so clean and silly, perfectly used for reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. And
Yeah,
Takatsuki is like so suave.
So suave. Oh my gosh. Just cool, calm, collected.
Oh yeah, Ogata's losing his mind. She's like, I get it. It's his first big love and crush. But Takatsuki's just like, oh, I'll win. Like he's just like so confident in himself.
Yeah.
And that's pretty
good. Ogata like is with his friends, like his gay friends. And they're like, well, you have to go because that would be amazing. He's like, I don't want to. This is like too much. And, is freaking out. His parents his friends are like, why? Like, I think this is a great idea. You guys can get to know each other, blah, blah, blah. And Ogata's just like, no, has to be serendipitous. So like, you guys should show up at the train station and take along with us.
Okay, there's two things about this scene. One, Tsutsumi, his friend's boyfriend, is super chill. I like him.
I really like him too.
He's very caring. He reminds me of Cardcaptor Sakura's brother's friend Yukito.
Oh, yeah.
Very just soft and same kind of hair. Very cute. Now, in this point as well, I'm going to see if you also caught on to this.
Probably not.
When they're talking to him, he's worried about this who's going to romance who first thing.
Hmm.
And they say you're just going to have to suck it up and be the the
Hmm.
romancer. And he
Hmm.
is very opposed to this.
Hmm.
So yeah, you continue on with your breakdown here.
You're the worst. This is torture. Okay, so his friend is like, no, we aren't gonna go. But yeah, Satsumi is like, no, this actually sounds like a really lovely idea. I think we should actually go. And so now these two are gonna tag along with this. And so they're at the train station and they make a bet, like the friend and the boyfriend, like make a bet, like, I bet you he's gonna seduce him first. And he's like, this guy's gonna seduce him first. They're basically betting the same thing.
I was gonna say it's I bet you he's gonna seduce him, and then he's like, I bet you he's gonna be seduced by him.
Yeah.
But the difference is that Satsumi bet more money than the other guy
Mhm.
did.
Yeah.
So when they both win, he's actually gonna make money anyways.
Yeah, 100%. I just, oh man, it's great.
At the train station before they get on the train where they're having a conversation, this whole time, Ogata's trying to be like, Mr. Like, I'm the man.
Suave.
I got this. But every moment, it's like he shows up and he's like, hey, sorry, I'm late. He's like, oh, actually, you're early. He's like, oh, he's like, I also got us food and drinks for two. He's like, oh, okay, well, let's go this way. And starts to walk. And he's like, no, Ogata, it's this way. Like every time he's trying to be like Mr. In charge, instantly shut down.
He's like, no, I'm topping you. Is that not a good? Why are you looking like that? This is so weird.
Nope, it's all good. You continue on.
I hate this so much. Okay, well, okay, so so they got off the train, and then turns out they have to like walk for an hour, and three of the four of these guys are just like, ugh. They're like what we do when we get to the top of the stairs.
I would have the exact same reaction as amount of walking. It's like when we went to the hot springs,
Oh yeah,
and I thought it was like a 10-minute walk from the parking lot, but it was like 45 minutes to an hour.
yeah. We were just like
I
going
was like,
up this mountain. We're like,
had
this
a
is fine.
bad fucked up back at the time, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in so much pain.
But yeah, Ogata is just oh nope, nope, not Ogata. Takatsuki is just like fine, he's doing great. And Ogata's
Well,
like,
he
how is
works
this guy
out.
not dying? Yeah.
And again, to be Mr. on top, he's also carrying Okada's luggage.
I know. Like, oh
And
man.
you're like, damn, bro, you're really, if you're trying to do the seducing, you're not doing a good job of it here.
No, he's very like, like just not nailing it at all. And like he's also like, oh, this is pure coincidence that my friends are also going to this exact same hot spring. Oh, what weird. But yeah, as they're heading to the hot springs before dinner, Okada spots that I have a ping pong table, and he's like, we should go do this. This would be amazing. And so he and his friend are like starting to play ping pong.
Epic 80s ballad,
It's so good.
like intense ping pong montage.
But of course, Ogata loses to his friend, and he's like, so Takasugi is like, I will take this next match in your honor. And he like takes his kimono. I don't know if kimonos are what he takes his robe and like brings it down a little bit. And Ogata's like, he's so slim, but he's so muscular. How does this work? And
He's like going cold in the face, like pure blue, and he's like, I gotta leave.
yeah, he just leaves. And I was like, oh man, what is going on? And so like he's in his room and Tatsumi comes in to like check on him, and he's telling him that I love this part because he says he's only been focusing on loving someone and not being loved. And he should put as much effort into letting himself be loved. It was so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So sweet.
He's so sweet. They love it.
And I'm
But
sure you
yeah.
didn't have any complaints about the muscled dudes
No.
shirtless, working
Of
out,
course not.
playing some of that ping pong.
I would love a man to be muscly and play ping pong to avenge my honor or whatever. It'd be great. Oh man. So yeah, we have them like eat dinner, and there's like a big bottle of sake being passed around, and
It's all
having a great
like
time.
cute flirting going on.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So yeah, after dinner, three of them are asleep because soju. And
Does that put you to
Ogata,
sleep?
I have no idea. I'm tired when I drink alcohol.
I don't know. I've never had it.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're pretty straight edge. Well, 3 of the 4 are asleep, but Akata's like, well, I guess I'll just go to the jungle bath, which turns out to be an
Oh my
actual jungle.
fucking God. I was not expecting the jungle-themed bathroom to literally have lions and animals like
Yeah,
bound on like
toucans, steaks,
tropical
whatever.
trees and like rivers. Like this is a fancy hot spring.
It's great. Like, do you know how much a Bengal tiger must cost? Like,
Just to feed.
yeah, it's a
Like-
crazy ass spa. Oh man. So yeah, I love that he just like is like, all right, well, I'll just go to this guy. And Takatsuki wakes up and he like notices that Ogata's gone, and so he goes to look for him and finds him in this, just chilling in this hot spring next to like a tiger and a toucan. Yeah, so he notices him come in and he's like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry that you might have been worried about me. I'm done. Let's go do something else." And he goes to step out of the hot spring and steps on an alligator, which causes this really cute moment where he like falls backwards into the spring, and Takasugi is like like positioned, and their faces are so
yeah, he like
close
jumps into the
together.
water with him and they're like all close and he's like, this is the moment,
I
They're
know,
wet.
right?
He's bending over towards him and he's admitting that maybe he is actually falling in love more with Ogata than the other way around.
Mhm. And then, this is hot, but also
And not in like the hot way.
I know, he like passes out, and I fully thought he was trying to go down on him in this hot spring.
Well, because he's like slowly arching down more and more on him. And I'm like,
I was like, this is spicy.
oh. And then he just passes out face first into the water.
And he's just like floating face down. And you're like, oh no, this is a terrible way for this to end. Oh man. Yep. It's great. It's great. So he wakes up later in the room and Takasugi's like, yeah, I fainted baths. I'm there for more than 10 minutes.
Why did you choose a hot spring for
Why
our
did you
holiday?
think a hot spring would be a great place to seduce a guy?
It's a terrible spot for a holiday.
Unless it's like, oh no, I passed out. I need now. Like, I don't understand. I'm not gonna be like, hey, first date, you know what we should do? Go get blood taken. Like, no. Oh man. But yeah, then we get the cute line of, the more I learn about you, the more I love you. And
it looks like we're about to get their first kiss.
Well, they do, and then a moth flies into the room and ruins the moment because apparently Ogata is afraid of moths.
Well, it lands in between their lips.
Oh, did it? I thought it just like...
No, it lands in between their lips and they both kiss the moth instead.
No.
And he freaks the fuck out.
Yeah, because apparently he's afraid of moths.
I know a lot of people that are afraid of moths.
I don't know. Maybe it's because they like flutter around in the dark and slap you in the face.
I don't know, maybe, but moths are pretty looking.
I don't know. Tweet us. Why are you afraid of moths, everybody? And yeah, that's where it kind of ends. What did I miss?
All right, I'm going to describe this end scene for you.
Oh no.
In the end, they're talking about how while their love may be identical to one another, maybe it would be okay if instead of letting it be a problem, they compromise. They're specifically talking about compromising. And I cannot believe you have still not picked up on this. Lindsey, this whole show is an allegory for tops and bottoms.
What? Really? Okay.
The entire
I did not catch that at all.
Is our love is too similar, it will not work out because they are both tops.
Oh,
when they're doing the betting
it.
of who's going to fall more in love with the other first and who's going to be the one who's not as in love, they're talking about him getting topped.
Oh, is that why you made that weird face when I said I'm the one topping?
Yes, I thought you were picking up on it.
No, I don't catch metaphor at all.
And I'm not making this up. This is from the manga. The manga description is like both of them are tops and one is trying to become the top and make the other one the bottom. Yes, that's the whole fucking premise behind all of this innuendo. Is that it's not that, oh, I want to love, it's not high school bullshit like I love you more, I love you more. It is an entire thing of I'm going to be the one to dominate you. That's the entire point of this.
I thought it was just two dudes being super masculine and being competitive.
No! Well, technically, yes, but because they wanted to be the one who was on top.
Oh my gosh, I'm so terrible at catching metaphor.
Within the first 2 minutes of this show, I was like, whoa, that's heavy-handed. I can't believe you didn't pick up on this.
Oh man. Well, that's another thing people can tweet at us. Did you know this is a metaphor for topping and bottoming? Because I didn't.
No one's watched this.
Oh man. Well, go watch it and then well, no, you can't now.
I
Because
can't
it's been
believe
spoiled.
that you didn't pick up on that.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
have-
go rewatch this.
I have parts in my notes, okay, where I've asked you questions or made statements, and after that note, I have other notes that say, if she gets it, here's your new notes. If she doesn't, here's your notes. Because I had specific things to say and react to specific points if you had picked up on it at certain times throughout this entire breakdown.
To be fair, I am a woman.
That
When
means
women
nothing.
have sex with other women, it's not the I don't know.
You're just making excuses.
I am. I'm 100% making excuses.
No, this entire thing is all about tops and bottoms.
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
Cannot believe you didn't get that. Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna have
Your
to turn in my
face
clear
is
card.
so red right now.
I know.
But that being
Oh,
said, this thing is adorable.
it's so adorable. If you look at it just as a gay love story of like people trying to develop in a relationship, it's adorable.
Now, don't get me wrong. While the main point of the innuendo they're pointing at is for who's a top or bottom, they are still wildly in love with each other.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not a sexual show.
No.
There's so much, like, we didn't even talk about all of it. There's so much back and forth flirting. They're just so freaking adorable. Like,
They've
you
got
get
good
jealous.
repartee.
You just
Yeah,
get
you kind of
jealous.
do. I did. Yeah.
You're like, oh, wow, that's what the real love looks like, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's what it's like to be seduced. It's been 84 years.
She says as she drops her queer card into the ocean.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just like, I'm not going to use this. Oh man,
So-
they're not
so-
Pokemon.
So you liked it.
I did. I thought this was really adorable.
And were you going to show this to the lesbians?
I would absolutely show this to lesbians.
Which sounds like a weird thing for us to say, but she specifically has two best friends that are married that are known as the lesbians.
Yes, the lesbians. They're great. They're very important, and I show them a lot of cool stuff.
Exactly.
And I will be showing them this.
Now, only 4,129 people have reviewed this show.
Okay.
What do you think the Mal score is for it?
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore, I guess. 6.13.
Okay, what would you give it?
6.75.
Well, you're about in between on that. The Mal score rating is 6.32.
Okay.
So it is not in that below 5 mark, which is what a lot of the ones in the BL genre tend to be, because they're not well reviewed. So there's not a lot of reviews for it online.
Well, more people need to watch this.
But the ones that there are love it. They all say the same thing. It's
Excellent.
short, but it's cute.
Yeah, I think that would be accurate. It's 30 minutes, but
And it's not
know.
full of like stereotypes or like,
no, it's like two genuinely like fully fleshed out characters having this very human connection and trying to like figure out the dynamics of their relationship.
it's legitimately just like a feel good story.
Absolutely. This is a
Mixed
really
in
cute
with
one.
some who's the pitcher,
Hey.
who's the catcher.
Hey, you might not even catch that. So
Yeah, I think you're one of the few who didn't pick up on the thing.
I was just like, this is just a lovely story of two men getting to know each other.
And it is. Although one of the reviews was like, I was confused at hell for a moment
See?
and then realized. But the review is the same as mine. It's not to say there's no romance. There's a
No.
crap ton of romance.
There's
it's
so
just-
much romance.
It just happens to have an under level line of that.
Negotiation. Which
Yeah,
I think any relationship should have is healthy negotiation.
exactly. And
Talk
if
to
you
your
know
partners
what,
about your boundaries.
if your safe word happens to be animates, tweet at us. Let us know.
Oh my gosh, please let us know if your safe word is animates. We would be so honored.
So honored.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Could you imagine
that-
someone yelling animates in the bedroom?
no,
I know.
no, and I don't want to.
Oh no.
Anyways, this has been our first episode for our Pride Month episodes. We've got at least one more for you, possibly a third, depending on timelines. If you want to get updates on when that's coming down, new episodes come out every Tuesday, but you can also follow us on your favorite podcasting platform or follow us on social media at Animates. If you want to check out some bonus content, we've got free Patreon at patreon.com/animates. And if you want to, rate the podcast so that, they show us to more people, that would be real great. Unless you're going to rate us bad, at which point, please don't.
Fuck off.
I beg of you. So we'll catch you next week. And I don't know how to end this.
Be gay, do crime.
Yeah. Be gay, do crime.